Ladies and gentlemen, falling is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. Every stumble teaches us resilience. When we fall, we learn the strength to get back up. Imagine a toddler learning to walk. Their falls aren't failures, they're lessons. Each tumble builds confidence and mastery until they stride with certainty. Our falls are opportunities to refine our purpose and sharpen our focus. Embrace them as the foundation of growth. Falling reminds us that we're human, subject to trials and errors. It humbles us, grounds us, and helps us stay connected to the shared human experience. In acknowledging our vulnerability, we grow in compassion for ourselves and others. Often, a fall is the jolt we need to reassess our choices and realign with our goals. It's a sign to pause, reflect, and consider a new direction. A setback might just be the universe steering us toward a path we were meant to walk. Every fall tests our mental and emotional strength. When we choose to rise again, we fortify our inner resolve. It's in these moments of struggle that we cultivate resilience, determination, and a mindset that refuses to give up. Falling can make us more grateful for the moments when we stand tall. It highlights the importance of perseverance and the value of support systems that help us get back on our feet. Falling allows us to see life from a new angle. It provides depth to our understanding and broadens our perspective. Sometimes, we need to hit the ground to truly appreciate the beauty of the sky. When we fall, we often reevaluate our definition of success. It becomes less about perfection and more about persistence. Success isn't avoiding failure, it's about continuously striving despite it. Falling is proof that we are actively participating in life, taking risks, and pushing boundaries. It's evidence of courage and the pursuit of something meaningful. The only people who never fall are those who never try. Falling is not a sign of failure, it's a natural part of growth. Just like a seed must push through the soil to become a towering tree, we must face resistance and challenges to reach our full potential. Falling is a signal that we are moving forward, trying and learning. It's in these moments of difficulty that we discover the strength we didn't know we had. Take, for instance, the story of a baby learning to walk. The first steps are wobbly, uncertain, and often met with a fall. Yet the baby doesn't stop. They stumble, they cry, but they stand again. Over time, these falls become fewer, the steps become steadier, and soon they're running. It's a process of growth that only happens because of the persistence to rise after each fall. Similarly, in life, our stumbles are the stepping stones to becoming better versions of ourselves. Each fall teaches us what works and what doesn't. It gives us a chance to pause, reflect, and adjust our approach. When we rise, we don't just get back to where we were, we often come back stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. Imagine a mountain climber. Reaching the summit isn't a straight path. There are moments when the climber slips, moments when the weather pushes them back, but each time they fall, they learn. They improve their technique, strengthen their resolve, and develop the mental tenacity to overcome the obstacles. By the time they reach the top, they've not only conquered the mountain, but also their doubts and fears. Falling is a prelude to rising, because it's during these challenging moments that we discover our capacity for resilience. It's when we're down that we find the courage to look up. It's not the fall that defines us, but the rise that follows. Falling is an invitation to grow, to evolve, and to prove to ourselves that we are capable of overcoming anything life throws our way. So when you fall, remember you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. Each rise adds to your strength. Each effort builds your character. Falling is not the end of the journey, it's the beginning of your transformation. Falling reminds us of something profound and fundamental. We are human. As much as we strive for perfection, we are not immune to setbacks, errors, and moments of weakness. These experiences humble us and bring us face to face with our vulnerabilities, which are not flaws but beautiful reminders of our shared humanity. When we fall, we are forced to confront our limitations. It's in these moments of struggle that we realize no one is invincible. We might strive to be strong, efficient, and unshaken, but falling teaches us that imperfection is not failure. It's simply a part of life. Our humanity is defined not by how flawlessly we perform, but by how authentically we face life's challenges. Falling also fosters empathy. When we experience hardship, we develop a deeper understanding of the struggles others face. It's hard to judge someone else for their missteps when we've walked that path ourselves. This sense of shared experience builds bridges between people. It connects us and reminds us that at our core, we are all navigating the same uncertain waters of life. Consider how many of the world's greatest leaders, thinkers, and artists have faced profound failures before achieving greatness. Their stories are a testament to the fact that falling is an intrinsic part of the human experience. Abraham Lincoln faced numerous defeats before becoming one of the most revered presidents in history. J.K. Rowling, before achieving literary fame, was rejected by multiple publishers. These falls did not diminish their humanity, but highlighted it. They show us that even the most accomplished among us are not immune to struggles. Our humanity is what allows us to grow and connect. When we fall, we are reminded that life is not about perfection, but about progress. We are reminded to be kind to ourselves, to give ourselves grace, and to extend that same kindness to others. Each fall is an opportunity to practice self-compassion and to recognize that failure does not define us, it refines us. Ultimately, falling is a gift. It strips away illusions of invincibility and invites us to embrace our authentic selves, flaws and all. It's in these moments that we truly come to appreciate what it means to be human, to stumble, to learn, and to rise again, more compassionate and resilient than before. Falling is often the spark that ignites transformation. It's a signal, a wake-up call, a force that disrupts the status quo and demands that we look at life differently. While falling can feel painful, it's also a powerful opportunity to reassess, redefine, and rebuild. Sometimes, we get so comfortable in our routines that we fail to notice when they stop serving us. Falling shakes us out of that complacency. It forces us to confront truths we might otherwise ignore. It asks us to reevaluate our goals, our methods, and our priorities. Often, the moments when we hit rock bottom are the moments that inspire the most profound changes in our lives. Think of a ship navigating rough seas. A sudden storm might force the captain to change course. At first, this seems like a setback, a deviation from the planned route. But in hindsight, it may lead to safer waters, a more efficient path, or even the discovery of a destination that's better than the one originally intended. Falling in life works much the same way. It disrupts our plans, but often guides us towards something greater. Consider individuals who have faced professional setbacks, perhaps losing a job or a major opportunity. While such moments can be devastating, they also often lead to personal reinvention. They encourage us to explore paths we might never have considered. Steve Jobs, for instance, was famously ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. Yet, during that period of professional falling, he founded Next and Pixar, ventures that ultimately led to his triumphant return to Apple and some of its most innovative creations. Falling doesn't just catalyze external change, it also transforms us internally. It reshapes our perspective, broadens our understanding, and deepens our resilience. Each fall forces us to dig deeper into ourselves, to question who we are and who we want to become. In this process, we often uncover strengths we didn't know we had and passions we never knew existed. It's important to remember that the discomfort of falling is temporary, but the growth it sparks can be lifelong. Every time we face a setback, we are presented with a choice to stay down or to rise and adapt. Those who choose to rise find that the act of overcoming not only changes their circumstances, but also changes them. So when life causes you to fall, don't see it as the end, see it as a beginning. Embrace it as the catalyst for change, for it is in the moments when we are broken open that we find the opportunity to rebuild ourselves stronger, wiser, and more aligned with our true purpose. Falling is not a failure, it's an invitation to evolve. You said falling isn't just an event, it's an experience that tests and shapes our mental and emotional strength. Each stumble presents us with a choice to give in to despair or to rise with resilience. This decision, repeated over time, builds a reservoir of inner strength that defines who we are. When we fall, our first reaction is often emotional: fear, frustration, embarrassment, or even anger. These emotions can feel overwhelming, but they also serve as a proving ground for our mental resilience. It's during these moments that we learn to regulate our emotions, face our fears, and find clarity amidst the chaos. This process isn't easy, but it's how emotional fortitude is developed. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. They don't just run on sunny days or when they feel their best. They train in rain, wind, and under challenging conditions because they know the value of pushing through discomfort. Similarly, when life knocks us down, the effort we put into rising builds our emotional endurance. Each fall is a practice run for the bigger challenges that lie ahead. Mental strength, on the other hand, is honed through the process of analyzing and learning from our falls. When things go wrong, we're forced to confront hard truths about our decisions, strategies, or circumstances. This analysis can be painful, but it's also enlightening. It helps us develop problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and adaptability, tools that become invaluable as we navigate life's complexities. Consider someone who has faced repeated failures in their career or personal goals. At first, the falls may feel insurmountable, but as they persist, they begin to notice patterns, identify areas for improvement, and build a mindset that views obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. Over time, this perspective transforms them into a person who is not only mentally strong, but also emotionally resilient. Falling also teaches us patience and self-compassion, which are key components of emotional fortitude. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when we stumble, but true strength comes from understanding that mistakes are a natural part of growth. When we learn to forgive ourselves and view our failures as stepping stones rather than dead ends, we develop the courage to keep going, no matter how many times we fall. Ultimately, the mental and emotional fortitude we build through falling becomes our shield and compass in life. It protects us from the despair of setbacks and guides us towards solutions and growth. The more we embrace the process of falling and rising, the stronger and more unshakable we become. So don't fear the falls. They are forging you into someone who can weather any storm. Each rise after a fall strengthens your resolve, sharpens your mind, and deepens your capacity to face the world with courage and grace. This fortitude is the foundation of greatness. Falling, as painful as it might be, has a unique way of teaching us gratitude. It shifts our perspective, helping us recognize the value of what we have and the strength we possess. Often, it's only after a fall that we truly appreciate the blessings we might have taken for granted and the journey we've undertaken. When we fall, life slows down for a moment. The things we usually overlook come into sharp focus: the support of loved ones, the small victories we've achieved, or even the simple fact that we have the ability to rise again. Gratitude becomes a natural response, not just for the good times, but also for the challenges that make us stronger. Consider someone who loses a job unexpectedly. The initial shock and uncertainty can feel overwhelming, but as they navigate through the situation, they might discover a newfound appreciation for their skills, their resilience, and the opportunities that come their way. They may also develop a deeper gratitude for the friends, family, or mentors who support them during their struggle. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for the positive moments, it's about finding meaning in the difficulties. Falling can teach us to be grateful for the lessons hidden in hardship. It shows us that even when life feels like it's falling apart, there's something to be learned, something to cherish, and something to build upon. Moreover, falling and rising again instill a profound sense of gratitude for progress. After a fall, every step forward feels like a triumph.
Every small achievement becomes a reason to celebrate. This shift in perspective makes us more mindful and appreciative of the journey, not just the destination. Falling also opens our eyes to the people around us. In moments of struggle, we often realize the importance of those who lend a helping hand, offer words of encouragement, or simply stand by our side. It's easy to take such connections for granted during smooth sailing, but a fall reminds us of the power of community and support. Gratitude, cultivated through falling, also has a ripple effect. It changes the way we approach life. Instead of focusing on what we lack, we learn to cherish what we have. This mindset of abundance fuels optimism, resilience, and the determination to keep moving forward. Ultimately, falling teaches us to appreciate the highs and the lows, the successes and the setbacks. It reminds us that every experience, good or bad, contributes to our growth and shapes our journey. Gratitude, born out of struggle, becomes a source of strength, helping us navigate life with grace and positivity. So when you fall, take a moment to reflect on what you still have, what you've learned, and who has been there for you. Let gratitude fill the space where fear or frustration might have taken root. This shift in perspective can turn even the hardest falls into stepping stones for a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Falling gives us a unique gift. It shifts our viewpoint and deepens our understanding of life. While standing tall might offer a clear view of our goals, falling brings us closer to the ground, allowing us to notice details we may have overlooked. It's in these moments of pause, reflection, and recovery that we gain depth and perspective. When we fall, we are often forced to slow down. This interruption in our pace can feel like a setback, but it's an opportunity to reassess. From this new vantage point, we can examine our choices, priorities, and values. Sometimes, the momentum of success blinds us to the nuances of our journey. Falling serves as a reminder to take a step back and reevaluate what truly matters. Imagine a hiker climbing a mountain. While the summit offers a breathtaking view, it's the moments spent closer to the ground, by streams among wildflowers, or navigating rocky trails, that reveal the intricate beauty of the journey. Similarly, when we fall, we gain a richer appreciation for the path we're on, noticing the small victories and lessons that make the climb worthwhile. Falling also broadens our perspective on the struggles of others. It's easy to overlook the challenges faced by those around us when we're consumed with our own ambitions. However, experiencing a fall humbles us, fostering empathy and understanding. We begin to see that everyone is navigating their own set of challenges, and this shared experience connects us on a deeper level. Consider the example of someone who experiences a personal failure, such as a business setback or a broken relationship. Initially, the pain may feel isolating, but as they reflect, they often gain a clearer understanding of their own strengths and areas for growth. This depth of self-awareness wouldn't have been possible without the fall. Additionally, it helps them relate more authentically to others who have faced similar challenges, creating a foundation for stronger relationships and a greater sense of community. Falling also teaches us to see life as a series of seasons. There are times for growth, times for rest, and times for rebuilding. This cyclical perspective helps us navigate setbacks with patience and grace. Instead of viewing a fall as a failure, we begin to see it as part of a larger narrative, a temporary chapter in a much longer story. Perhaps most importantly, falling reminds us of the complexity and richness of life. It's not just about reaching the top, it's about the journey, the lessons learned, and the perspectives gained along the way. These moments of struggle and reflection add depth to our character, making us more thoughtful, resilient, and compassionate. So when you fall, remember that you are gaining something far more valuable than you've lost. You're gaining insight, clarity, and a deeper appreciation for the intricacies of your journey. Embrace the new perspective, for it is this depth that will guide you to rise again with greater purpose and wisdom. Falling isn't just a detour, it's a vantage point from which to see life in all its richness. You said falling challenges us to rethink what success truly means. Often we're conditioned to view success as a straight path to achievement, marked by consistent wins and the absence of failure. But when we fall, we're reminded that success is not about perfection, it's about persistence, resilience, and growth. Failure forces us to confront our rigid expectations. A fall can shatter the illusion that success is linear and easy, showing us that the journey is far more complex and nuanced. In doing so, it pushes us to redefine success, shifting the focus from flawless execution to the courage to keep going despite setbacks. Take, for example, Thomas Edison's journey to invent the electric light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." For Edison, success wasn't just about achieving a final result. It was about the relentless pursuit of innovation, even when progress seemed elusive. Each fall taught him something invaluable, making the eventual triumph even more meaningful. Falling also teaches us to value the process over the outcome. When we measure success solely by results, we miss the significance of the lessons learned along the way. A fall, though momentarily discouraging, can be the catalyst for developing new skills, discovering hidden strengths, or forging unexpected connections. It's in the act of rising after a fall that we often achieve the most profound growth. Furthermore, falling helps us realize that success is deeply personal. It's not defined by societal standards or external validation, but by our own values and aspirations. A fall allows us to pause and ask, what does success mean to me? Am I pursuing something truly meaningful? Or am I chasing an idea of success that doesn't align with who I am? Consider someone who loses a high-powered corporate job, a position that society might label as successful. At first, the fall feels devastating, but in time they might discover a passion for entrepreneurship, or a fulfilling career in a completely different field. This redefinition of success wouldn't have been possible without the fall that forced them to reassess their priorities and desires. Redefining success through falling also cultivates humility and gratitude. It reminds us that success isn't just about individual achievement, it's also about the relationships, experiences, and contributions that enrich our lives. A fall often brings into focus the importance of support systems, the value of perseverance, and the joy of small victories. Ultimately, falling reveals that success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it as part of the journey. True success lies in our ability to adapt, learn, and rise stronger with each challenge. The falls we experience don't diminish our achievements, they enhance them by adding depth, resilience, and authenticity to our stories. So the next time you fall, don't see it as the end of the road. Instead, see it as an opportunity to redefine what success means to you. Let it remind you that every stumble is a step toward a more meaningful, authentic, and fulfilling journey. Falling isn't a barrier to success, it's an integral part of achieving it. You said falling is the ultimate evidence that we are taking action, stepping out of our comfort zones and daring to try. It's a badge of effort, a testament to our courage to move forward even when success is not guaranteed. Those who never fall are often those who never try, and in trying we grow. When we fall, it's because we've dared to push boundaries. We've risked failure for the chance of something greater, whether it's pursuing a dream, starting a new venture, or simply aiming for self-improvement. Falling is proof that we are not content with standing still, that we are striving for something better, even if the path is uncertain. Think about a child learning to ride a bicycle. The falls are inevitable, but they're also a sign that the child is trying, learning, and improving with each attempt. The scrapes and bruises are not marks of failure, they're marks of determination and progress. Similarly, in life, every fall we experience is a sign that we are on the move, actively engaging with our goals and aspirations. Falling also separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreaming of success is easy, but taking the first step toward it, knowing there's a chance of falling, is what sets us apart. Each stumble along the way is proof that we had the courage to face the unknown, to embrace the risk of failure in pursuit of something meaningful. Consider great innovators, artists, and leaders throughout history. Their falls, mistakes, and failures are often what paved the way for their greatest achievements. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, once said,
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. His falls were not setbacks but stepping stones that demonstrated his relentless commitment to trying. Falling is also proof of growth. It shows that we are challenging ourselves and stretching beyond our limits. The comfort zone may feel safe, but it's not where progress happens. Each fall signifies that we've dared to venture beyond that zone, to explore new possibilities, and to expand our capabilities. Moreover, falling connects us to the larger human experience. Everyone who has ever achieved something worthwhile has faced setbacks along the way. When we fall, we join the ranks of those who've tried, failed, and risen again. It's a shared testament to the resilience and tenacity that define us as humans. Finally, falling reminds us to celebrate effort over outcome. It's easy to focus solely on results, but the act of trying, of giving our best effort despite the risks, is an achievement in itself. Each fall is a moment to acknowledge our courage, and to recognize that the journey is just as important as the destination. So the next time you fall, don't see it as a mark of failure. See it as proof that you are trying, learning, and moving forward. Each stumble is a sign that you have the courage to take action, to pursue your dreams, and to grow into the person you aspire to be. Falling is not the end, it's the evidence of your unwavering determination to rise. Falling humbles us, reminding us of our humanity. It challenges us to redefine success, cultivate gratitude, and embrace the journey over the destination. It forces us to pause and reflect, to gain new perspectives, and to appreciate the strength we discover within ourselves. As you navigate life's ups and downs, remember this: falling is not failure. It is proof of effort, a badge of resilience, and the precursor to every great achievement. It is in the act of rising again and again that we find our true power. So don't fear the falls, embrace them, use them as fuel to propel yourself forward. Let them refine your character, build your strength, and deepen your perspective. For it is not how many times we fall that defines us, but how boldly we rise. Stand tall, rise strong, and keep moving forward. The world is waiting for your greatness. Thank you. Each fall is a lesson. It teaches us resilience, humility, and perseverance. It reminds us that we are human, capable of making mistakes, and equally capable of learning from them. When we stumble, we are forced to face challenges head-on, and in doing so, we unlock strengths and abilities we didn't even know we had. Imagine the great innovators, thinkers, and trailblazers throughout history. Every success story is punctuated with moments of failure, moments when the world doubted them, when circumstances seemed insurmountable. Yet these individuals didn't let their falls define them. They used each setback as a stepping stone, each failure as a foundation upon which they built their dreams. Take the example of Oprah Winfrey, who faced numerous personal and professional challenges early in her career. She was told she wasn't fit for television, but she rose above those criticisms to become one of the most influential media moguls in history. Her story reminds us that falling is not the end, it's an opportunity to prove to ourselves and the world just how capable we are. Falling also gives us the invaluable gift of perspective. When we are on the ground, we see life from a different angle. We notice things we might have overlooked in our pursuit of success, the value of persistence, the support of loved ones, and the small victories that make up the bigger picture. These moments of clarity allow us to realign our goals, redefine our purpose, and rise with a renewed sense of determination. Let us not forget that falling is a testament to our courage. It's proof that we dared to try, that we stepped outside of our comfort zones, and embraced the uncertainty of life. Those who never fall are often those who never take risks. But life's greatest rewards are reserved for those who are willing to stumble, rise, and try again. So as you face your own falls, remember this: each one is a chapter in your story, not the conclusion. Each fall is an opportunity to rewrite your narrative, to rise with more wisdom, and to approach life with greater strength. Falling isn't a setback, it's a setup for a comeback. The road ahead will not always be smooth, but it is in the bumps and bruises that we find our resilience. It is in the moments of doubt that we discover our faith. It is in the falls that we learn to rise. And every time we rise, we are reminded of our power, our purpose, and our ability to overcome. So don't let the fear of falling hold you back. Embrace the journey with open arms and an open heart. Know that every fall brings you one step closer to your dreams. Keep moving forward, keep striving, and keep believing in your ability to rise. As I leave you today, I want to share one final thought. Falling is not failure, it is growth in disguise. Each time you rise, you become stronger, wiser, and more prepared to face whatever life throws your way. Remember, greatness isn't about never falling, it's about rising every single time you do. Rise with courage, rise with determination, and rise knowing that your greatest heights are yet to come. Thank you.